Welcome to the Easy English Talk channel.
Hello and welcome to the Easy English Talk channel. I'm your host, Julia, and I'm so happy you are here today. If you are listening to this podcast, it means you want to improve your English, and that is a very powerful decision. So first, I want to say, great job for taking this step. Today, we are going to talk about something very important and very common. Our topic is how to study English when you are alone. Maybe you don't have a teacher, maybe you don't have friends to practice with, maybe you feel confused and don't know what to do every day. If that sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone in this situation. Many English learners around the world study by themselves. And the good news is you can still improve your English a lot, even if you are alone. In today's episode, I will guide you step by step. I will share simple methods, easy ideas, and practical tips that you can use every day by yourself. You don't need special tools. You don't need a perfect environment. You just need your time, your effort, and a positive mindset. So relax, listen carefully, and imagine that I am speaking directly to you, like a friend helping you learn. Let's begin this journey together. Now let's talk about a very common problem. Learning English alone can feel really difficult. Sometimes you may sit with your book or your phone and you don't know where to start. You may ask yourself, what should I study today? Or am I doing this the right way? Another big problem is speaking. When you are alone, you don't have anyone to talk to. You cannot practice real conversations, and this can make you feel stuck. You may understand English, but you feel nervous when you try to speak. Also, many learners feel shy or afraid. You may worry about making mistakes. You may think, my English is not good enough. Because of this, you stop practicing, and slowly, you lose confidence. And let's be honest, studying alone can feel boring sometimes. There is no teacher to guide you, no friend to motivate you. It's just you. And because of this, it is easy to lose motivation and stop learning. If you feel like this, I want you to know something very important. This is completely normal. Every English learner feels this way at some point. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are just learning in a different way. And the best part is, there is a solution. In the next part, I will show you why learning alone is not a problem. In fact, it can be your biggest advantage. Now let's talk about the truth. You can learn English alone. Yes, really, you can. Many people believe that they need a teacher, a class, or a partner to improve their English. But this is not completely true. These things can help, but they are not the only way. In fact, thousands of people around the world have learned English by themselves. They used simple tools like their phone, podcasts, videos, and books. But the most important thing they used was their consistency. They practiced every day. When you study alone, you have something very powerful: freedom. You can choose what to study. You can choose when to study. You can learn at your own speed. You don't have to follow a strict classroom plan. You can focus on what you really need, like speaking, listening, or vocabulary. Also, when you are alone, you are not afraid of others. You can make mistakes freely. You can speak loudly, repeat words many times, and practice without feeling shy. This is a big advantage. Remember this: you don't need a perfect situation to learn English. You just need to start and keep going. So believe in yourself. Learning alone is not a weakness, it is a strength if you use it in the right way. Now, let's move to the next step and talk about how you can create a simple daily study routine. Now, let's talk about the first and most important step, creating a simple daily study routine. When you are learning English alone, a routine is your best friend. Without a plan, you may feel confused, you may skip days, and slowly, you may stop learning. But with a simple routine, everything becomes easier and clearer. The good news is, you don't need a long or difficult plan. You just need a small and simple routine that you can follow every day. Let me give you an easy example. Every day, try to practice these 4 skills. 1. Listening. 10 to 15 minutes. Listen to a podcast or a short video in English. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just listen carefully and try to catch the main idea. 2. Speaking. 10 minutes. Speak out loud. You can talk to yourself. Describe your day. Repeat sentences from what you listen to. The goal is to move your mouth and practice speaking. 3. Reading. 10 minutes. Read something simple. It can be a short article, a story, or even subtitles from a video. This helps you see how English is written. 4. Writing. 5 to 10 minutes. Write a few sentences. For example, write about your day, your plans, or what you learned. Keep it simple. This whole routine can take about 30 to 45 minutes. That's it. Not too long, not too difficult. The most important thing is not how much you study. It is how regular you are. Even 20 minutes every day is better than studying 2 hours one day and then stopping for a week. Start small, stay consistent, and slowly you will see big improvement. Now that you have a daily routine, let's talk about the first skill, how to improve your listening when you are alone. Now let's move to the next step, improving your listening skills when you are alone. Listening is one of the most important parts of learning English. If you listen more, you will understand more. And when you understand more, speaking becomes easier. The good news is, you can practice listening anytime and anywhere. You can use simple tools like English podcasts, YouTube videos, or short audio lessons. Choose something easy and interesting. Don't choose very difficult content because it can make you feel frustrated. Now, here's a simple way to practice listening. First, listen once and try to understand the main idea. Don't stop, just listen. Second, listen again and pay attention to words and sentences. Try to catch more details. Third, if possible, repeat after the speaker. This is very powerful. It helps your listening and your speaking at the same time. Also, don't be afraid to listen to the same audio many times. Repetition is not boring, it is helpful. Every time you listen again, you understand more. Remember, you don't need to understand 100%. Even if you understand 50% or 60%, that is great. You are improving step by step, so make listening a daily habit. Even 10 to 15 minutes every day can make a big difference. Now, let's move to the next step, how to practice speaking even when you have no partner. Now let's talk about something many learners worry about, speaking. You may think, how can I practice speaking if I am alone? But the truth is, you can practice speaking even without a partner. Let me show you some simple and powerful ways. First, talk to yourself. Yes, it may feel a little strange at the beginning, but it works very well. You can talk about your day, your plans, or what you see around you. For example, you can say, "Now I am sitting in my room. I am listening to a podcast. Today I will study English for 30 minutes." This simple habit helps your brain start thinking and speaking in English. Second, try shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately. Try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, tone, and speed. For example, play a short audio and pause after each sentence. Then repeat it out loud. This helps you sound more natural. Third, record your voice. Use your phone to record yourself speaking. Then, listen to your recording. You will notice your mistakes, and you will also see your improvement over time. Don't worry if your English is not perfect. Making mistakes is part of learning. The most important thing is this: speak every day. Even if you speak for 5 or 10 minutes, it is much better than not speaking at all. Remember, fluency comes from practice, not from silence. Now that you are speaking more, let's move to the next step: how to build your vocabulary in a smart and simple way. Now let's talk about vocabulary, one of the most important parts of learning English. Many learners try to learn too many words at the same time. They make long lists and try to memorize everything. But after a few days, they forget most of the words. So what is the better way? The answer is simple. Learn vocabulary smartly, not heavily. First, learn small groups of words. For example, learn 5 to 10 new words each day. This is easy and not stressful. Second, don't just memorize the word. Use it in a sentence. For example, if you learn the word happy, make a sentence like, "I feel happy today." This helps you remember the word better. Third, review your words every day. Go back and look at the words you learned yesterday. Repeat them. Use them again. This is how your memory becomes stronger. Also, try to learn words from real life, like from podcasts, videos, or conversations. This makes the words more useful and easier to remember. And one important tip: don't try to learn difficult or rare words in the beginning. Focus on simple and common words that you can use every day. Remember, it's not about how many words you know, it's about how many words you can use. Now that you are building your vocabulary, let's move to the next step: how to start thinking in English. Now let's move to a very powerful step: thinking in English. Many learners have this habit. They think in their own language first, and then they translate into English. This takes time and it makes speaking slow and difficult. So, what is the solution? Start thinking directly in English. Don't worry, it's not as hard as it sounds. You can begin with very simple thoughts. For example, when you wake up, you can think, "Good morning. I feel tired. I need to get up." When you are eating, you can think, "This food is good. I like this." When you are walking or working, describe what you see. "I see a car. The weather is hot. I am going to the market." Use short and easy sentences. You don't need perfect grammar. The goal is to train your brain to use English naturally. At first, you may forget. That's okay. Just start again. If you practice this every day, something amazing will happen. Slowly, your brain will stop translating. You will start understanding and speaking faster. Thinking in English is like building a bridge between your mind and your mouth. So try it today. Start small. Stay consistent. Now, let's move to the next step: How to stay motivated when you are learning alone. Now let's talk about something very important: motivation. When you are learning English alone, it is easy to feel tired or lose interest. Some days you may not feel like studying. That is normal. But the key is to keep going, even on difficult days. First, set small and simple goals. For example, today I will listen for 10 minutes. Today I will learn 5 new words. Small goals are easy to follow, and when you complete them, you feel happy and proud. Second, celebrate your progress. Maybe you understand a new sentence. Maybe you speak more confidently than before. These small improvements are very important. Notice them. Be proud of yourself. Third, remind yourself why you are learning English. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to understand the world. Keep your reasons strong in your mind. And finally, don't be too hard on yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Even if you study a little every day, you are moving forward. So stay positive, stay patient, and keep learning, one step at a time. Now, let's look at some common mistakes you should avoid. Before we finish, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when studying English alone and how to avoid them. First mistake: waiting for a partner. Many learners think, I cannot speak English until I have someone to practice with. This is not true. You can practice every day by yourself, and you will still improve. Second mistake: being afraid of mistakes. Some learners don't speak or write because they fear making errors. Remember, mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. Don't be afraid to make them. Third mistake: studying without a plan. Without a routine or small goals, it's easy to feel lost or confused. A simple daily plan keeps you consistent and makes learning easier. Fourth mistake: giving up too early. Learning English is a journey. You will not see big results in one day or one week. Be patient, keep practicing, and trust the process. If you avoid these mistakes, your learning will be much easier and faster. Now let's quickly summarize everything and finish with some final advice. Let's quickly summarize what we learned today. You can study English alone and still make great progress. The key is consistency and smart practice. Remember to create a simple daily routine with listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Practice listening every day with podcasts or videos. Speak out loud, talk to yourself, shadow, and record your voice. Build vocabulary smartly. Learn small groups of words and use them in sentences. Think in English to train your mind and speak faster. Stay motivated by setting small goals and celebrating progress. And always avoid common mistakes like waiting for a partner or being afraid of mistakes. The most important advice I can give you is this: start small, stay consistent, and believe in yourself. Every day you practice, you are getting closer to your goal. Now, let's end with a simple call to action to keep you moving forward. Before we finish today, I want to give you a simple challenge. Start practicing English by yourself every day. It can be just 10 or 15 minutes at first. Listen, speak, read, or write. Just choose one thing and do it consistently. Also, if you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful, subscribe to this channel for more tips and lessons to improve your English. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends who want to learn English too. Remember, learning alone is not a problem. It is an opportunity. Every small step you take today will bring you closer to speaking English confidently. So start now, stay consistent, and keep believing in yourself. You can do it! Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Keep practicing and stay motivated.